And turning now to the much-anticipated Shenzhou 7 mission, the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center in northwest China's Gansu province has undergone some final tests ahead of the launch of the Shenzhou 7. Li Qiong has more on the checks of both the spaceship and the rocket.
The test of turning off the machine in an emergency in the launching area started on Monday morning. It took place in the command center, and all those in charge of the 7 systems, including the rocket and spaceship, attended. The test aimed to check the ability to handle the problems after the launch, the main test of today's examination, with the power system on.
The meaning of today's test was to see whether we can carry out the launch as planned.
After the examination, the launch center in Gansu and other observing stations are expected to undergo exercises under the same command. The astronauts who've arrived at Jiuquan will join in the exercises. Li Qiong, CCTV.
The launch center has confirmed that the Shenzhou 7 will be sent into orbit on the Long March 2F rocket. The Long March 2F was designed in the 1990s. It has been used on 6 previous space flights, including 2 manned flights. Engineers say a few dozen upgrades have made it more reliable and comfortable for astronauts. After the Shenzhou 7 mission, the Long March 2F rocket will be replaced by a new generation of safer and more environmentally friendly rockets. As the launch of the Shenzhou 7 approaches, weather reports at the launch site are increasing in frequency and detail. Over the launch center near Gansu's Jiuquan city, a weather balloon more than 1 meter in diameter is detecting conditions in the upper atmosphere. The weather reports are also taking place more often, now every 6 hours instead of every 12 hours. Wind speed and direction are the main factors affecting the launch. The launch site is also surrounded by 5 other weather observatories and 1 inside the launch site. Twice daily discussion meetings are also taking place in the weather station, and daily reports have been issued over the past week. In the history of spacewalks, 2 names will never be forgotten. Former Soviet cosmonauts Svetlana Savitskaya and Anatoly Solovyov each hold a special place in spacewalk lore. They share some of their amazing experiences with CCTV, as well as some of their thoughts on the upcoming Shenzhou 7 mission.
Savitskaya was born in 1948 in Moscow. She was accepted into the Soviet cosmonaut program in 1980. In August 1982, she became the 2nd woman to travel in space during the Soyuz T-7 mission. 2 years later, she became the 1st woman to walk in space.
It's not comfortable when you are under weightlessness. There's no big difference for the feelings between spacewalk and staying in the ship. People are not qualified for the job if they get too excited. At that moment, I thought I should work, nothing else. Spacewalking is, of course, a complicated job.
Savitskaya says the spacewalk plays an important role in a country's space program. She says spacewalks are used not only to examine the structure and materials of the spacecraft, but also to support spacecraft maintenance. She hopes Chinese astronauts will achieve great success in the upcoming mission. Former Soviet astronaut Anatoly Solovyov has also been paying a lot of attention to China's progress in space technology. He holds the world record for number of spacewalks and time spent during spacewalks, at least 80 hours over 16 separate outings. Solovyov describes his first spacewalk as a very challenging job. He says the spacewalk mission is a big step for the development of China's space program. He expressed his congratulations to experts and astronauts who are participating in the Shenzhou 7 mission.
I believe everything will go smoothly and Chinese astronaut spacewalk will be successful.
Solovyov has written a congratulatory letter to all the staff for the upcoming mission. He says he will keep a close eye on the achievements of the Chinese space mission. Li Qiong, CCTV.
Welcome back, and for the latest on the Shenzhou 7 spacecraft, let's cross over live now to CCTV reporter Xu Zhaoqun, who is standing by at the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center in northwest China's Gansu province. Good afternoon, Xu Zhaoqun.
Good afternoon, Liu Xin.
Yes, I can see the launching towers right behind you. I understand a series of final tests are underway at Jiuquan. Could you give us an update on the final preparations for Shenzhou 7?
Yes, as you can see, the launch tower is right behind me. It's about 1,500 meters away, and it also has a very interesting name as Umbilical Tower. And I'm right on the roof of one of the workshops in the launch center, in the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center. And yes, as you see, this is the busiest time of the year for these people working in the center. And this morning, I was at the command center, right down behind, below the roof. And we have talked to many people here working on the several systems, the 7 systems of the manned space flight. And I'm very honored to have one of them, Mr. Guo Zhonglai, as the Command 0, who will be in charge of the countdown before the launch. Mr. Guo is also the director of the Jiuquan Satellite Launch and the TT&C station. Welcome to our program, Mr. Guo.
Thank you.
Okay. And could you please tell us what you have been doing this morning at the command center?
Yeah, this morning we just finished joint checkup, and that means all the electronic function is ready for the launch.
Oh, does it mean that if you press the button right now, the rocket will fly away?
Of course not. And before the launch, we needed to fuel the rocket first, and then we do the final checkup. After that, we can really launch it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Guo. Thank you. I hope Mr. Guo doesn't mind my stupid question. Okay, back to you, Liu Xin.
Well, that stupid question, I think, is shared by many people because people are anxiously awaiting the very exciting moment. Now, tell us what's going to happen in the next few days in Jiuquan. And also, have you had a chance to meet with the astronauts, or otherwise known as taikonauts?
Yes, yes. Over the next couple of days, there will be also quite a lot of job for these people to do. As Mr. Guo said, like the propellant servicing and a few meetings evaluating the timing of the propellant servicing. And tomorrow, I think there will be a press conference announcing the exact time of the launch. And yes, we're all looking forward to meeting the taikonauts. And tomorrow evening there will be a chance for us to meet these people. I'm not sure I have a chance to talk to these people because you know, the taikonauts do not have much freedom, as as I have. The other night, one of the taikonauts wanted to go out for a walk after dinner when the weather was a bit cold, but the doctor, their medical doctor, immediately suggested him not to do that in case he caught a cold before the launch. Okay, but anyway, we're all looking forward to that chance. I'm looking forward to that meeting tomorrow evening with the taikonauts. Back to you.
Sure. My final question, the Jiuquan Launch Center seems like a very interesting place which only a handful of lucky people can actually visit. So could you tell us something about the center, and also the weather conditions are also a very interesting point. Tell us a bit about the weather there.
All right, first of all, the weather. The weather here is perfect, except a bit cloudy, but that's quite good. Usually it's quite sunny, except today. But I would say the weather here is much better than that in Beijing, and quite suitable for launching. But anyway, in the next couple of days, the weather expert, the climate expert, will have their evaluation for the climate condition, or whatever weather condition for the launch. And the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center was actually established 50 years ago. So this is also the 50th anniversary of the center. So the people here should be very happy to celebrate two things in 1 year, and it has a very famous history for launching the very first satellite in the history of China as Dongfanghong #1, and altogether over the last 50 years they have launched 41 man-made satellites and 6 spaceships from Shenzhou 1 to Shenzhou 6.